It's genuinely astonishing how rapidly the AI landscape is evolving.
Mm.
Not long ago, it felt like something confined to academic papers and, far-off labs. But now,
Yeah.
it's being woven into the fabric of our digital lives at an incredible pace.
It really is.
And if you wanted a crystal ball to see just how quickly things are moving, Google's 2025 I/O conference was, well, a landmark event.
Absolutely. It really underscored that shift from the theoretical to the practical, didn't it?
Totally.
The sheer number of AI integrations announced, particularly around their Gemini models, was quite remarkable.
Right. So for this deep dive, that's precisely what we're going to explore. We're taking a close look at the key announcements from Google's Big I/O this year.
Okay.
Our mission: to understand how AI, and especially their Gemini technology,
Mm.
is becoming like a fundamental part of their products and platforms.
And for you, our listener, someone who's keen to learn and stay informed, our goal isn't to just overwhelm you with technical jargon. We want to provide a clear and insightful overview of what truly matters, offering those aha moments that connect the dots without you having to wade through countless articles yourself.
Exactly. Because the overarching theme here seems to be from research to reality.
Mm-hmm.
We're witnessing these long-term research initiatives, the foundational work that's been ongoing for years, now being unveiled as tangible, usable features. It's a period of incredible acceleration.
It really is.
And to bring you this understanding, we've analyzed the core information, primarily from Google's official announcements and deeper explanations on the keyword.
Got it.
Okay, let's unpack this from research to reality idea. What were some of the first indicators of this shift we saw at I/O?
Well, Sundar Pichai's opening remarks really set the stage. He highlighted a significant evolution in how Google is bringing advancements to the public.
Okay.
The traditional approach of holding major updates for the annual I/O event is changing. Now, their focus is on continuous deployment, constantly releasing new features and improvements as they're ready. Right, shipping constantly.
Exactly. Gemini itself is a perfect example of this ongoing development, always improving, rather than some kind of finished product drop.
And we're seeing that continuous improvement reflected in the models themselves, aren't we? I mean, the performance metrics being discussed are pretty impressive.
They are. The over 300-point increase in ELO scores since the initial Gemini Pro model represents a substantial leap in its capabilities.
Wow.
It indicates, significant progress in its ability to reason and understand. And the fact that Gemini 2.5 Pro is now at the top of the El Marino leaderboard across various benchmarks really emphasizes its cutting-edge performance.
Right. Dominating those leaderboards.
Yeah, this dominance suggests a significant leap in its ability to understand and generate human-like text. It could lead to more nuanced and effective AI writing assistant soon, going way beyond just simple summarization.
It makes you wonder what's driving this rapid progress. It can't be solely down to software innovations, can it? There must be more to it. You're right to think about the underlying infrastructure. Google's custom-designed 7th-generation TPU, or Tensor Processing Unit, called Ironwood, plays a crucial role here.
Ironwood, okay.
This specialized hardware is specifically engineered to handle the demanding computational tasks of advanced AI. In fact, it delivers a tenfold performance increase over the previous generation.
Tenfold.
Yep. The sheer scale of computing power within these systems, 42.5 exaflops per pod, is what allows them to train and operate these massive models so efficiently.
42.5 exaflops.
I know. It ultimately leads to faster models and potentially lower operational costs. To put that in perspective, that kind of processing power allows for incredibly complex calculations and simulations, essential for training these advanced AI models.
It's almost hard to grasp that scale. But okay, so the models are advancing rapidly and the infrastructure is there to support them. Are we actually seeing widespread use of these AI capabilities? Is it catching on?
Oh, the adoption rates are quite remarkable. The surge from 9.7 trillion to over 480 trillion tokens processed monthly in just 1 year, that's a 50-fold increase.
50 times?
Yeah, it clearly demonstrates the massive scale at which AI is being integrated into their services. Similarly, the community of developers building with Gemini is expanding rapidly, growing from 1 million to over 7 million in the same period.
Wow, 7 million developers.
And the 40-fold increase in Gemini usage on Vertex AI along with the 400 million monthly active users of the Gemini app.
400 million.
And the significant 45% usage increase for users within that app trying out the 2.5 Pro model, it all points to widespread and accelerating adoption. People are definitely using it.
Okay, so the groundwork is laid. People are actively using this technology. Now let's delve into some of these fascinating research projects that have now transitioned into real-world products. First up, Project Starline.
Ah, yes.
I remember hearing about that a while ago, the immersive 3D video communication. What's the latest development there?
Project Starline's aim was quite ambitious: to create a sense of true co-presence in video communication, making it feel as though you're in the same physical space as the person you're talking to, even across great distances.
A hologram call, almost.
Sort of, yeah. That research has now evolved into Google Beam. This new AI-first video platform employs 6 cameras and sophisticated AI to transform standard 2D video streams into a realistic 3D experience, displayed on a specialized light field screen.
Google Beam. Okay, 6 cameras.
Right. It features incredibly precise head tracking and operates at a smooth 60 frames per second in real time, creating a much more natural and immersive conversation.
So it really looks like they're right there.
That's the goal. They're even partnering with HP, with the first Google Beam devices becoming available to early customers later this year. What's particularly interesting here is how AI is being used to reconstruct a 3D scene from multiple 2D video feeds, a computationally intensive task that's now becoming feasible.
Wow, that sounds like a significant leap beyond our standard video calls. And it wasn't the only advancement in communication, was it? There was something about real-time speech translation in Google Meet.
Yes, that's another compelling example of cutting-edge research finding its way into a widely used product. Google Meet is gaining a new speech translation feature that goes beyond simply transcribing words.
How so?
It's designed to replicate the speaker's voice, their tone, and even their facial expressions in the translated output.
Whoa, really? Matching the voice?
Yeah, the aim is to make cross-language conversations feel significantly more natural and less jarring. The beta version, initially supporting English and Spanish, is being rolled out to Google AI Pro and Ultra subscribers, with plans to add more languages in the future.
Great.
Workspace business customers will also get early access for testing later this year. This blending of voice synthesis and translation technology to preserve the nuances of communication is a fascinating development.
That's incredible. Imagine the possibilities for seamless global collaboration. Okay, another project I recall was Project Astra. What's the current status of that?
Project Astra had a very broad and ambitious goal: to develop a universal AI assistant capable of understanding the world around you in real time through various sensors.
A universal assistant.
Right. That research has now materialized in Gemini Live. This integrates the camera and screen sharing capabilities that were central to Project Astra. People are already discovering practical applications.
Like what?
From receiving real-time guidance while preparing for job interviews to getting feedback during physical activities like marathon training.
Huh, interesting use cases.
Yeah. It's currently available on Android devices and is beginning its rollout to iOS users. And the integration isn't stopping there. They're planning to deeply integrate Gemini Live with other core Google apps like Maps, Calendar, Tasks, and Keep for even more integrated assistance throughout your day.
So it's evolving from simply answering questions to becoming a more proactive part of our daily routines. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now let's discuss Project Mariner. That sounded like it was focused on AI agents that can actually take actions for us.
Precisely. The concept of AI agents is key here. Intelligent AI systems that can not only understand your requests, but also access and utilize tools to perform tasks on your behalf.
Okay, so doing things.
Exactly. Project Mariner was an early exploration of this, specifically focusing on computer use, enabling AI to interact with the web and other software applications. They've achieved significant progress, including the ability for these agents to handle multiple tasks concurrently, and a teach and repeat functionality where the agent can learn from a demonstrated process.
Teach and repeat. Okay.
These computer use capabilities are now being integrated into the Gemini API for developers, with select trusted testers like Automation Anywhere and UiPath already experimenting with its potential. Broader availability expected this summer. We're also starting to see agentic capabilities being incorporated into Chrome, Search, and the Gemini app itself.
So it's coming in products we use every day.
Yep. Including an experimental agent mode within the Gemini app that can assist with tasks like searching for apartments on Zillow. Imagine telling your AI to find apartments in a specific neighborhood within your budget and schedule virtual tours. That's the kind of capability we're starting to see emerge.
An AI potentially scheduling apartment tours for me.
Oh,
That sounds both incredibly useful and a little bit like science fiction becoming reality.
doesn't it?
So these agents need to understand our individual needs and preferences, right?
Hmm.
That leads us to the concept of personalization.
Exactly. The true power of these AI advancements will be unlocked when they can deeply understand and leverage your personal context.
Okay.
Google is introducing this capability, allowing Gemini models to access and utilize information across your various Google apps, always with your explicit consent and with robust privacy safeguards in place, they emphasize.
Right. Consent and control are key there.
Absolutely. A prime example of this is personalized smart replies in Gmail. Instead of generic suggestions, Gemini can now analyze your past emails and files within Google Drive to suggest highly relevant and personalized responses, potentially even adapting to your writing style and tone.
Adapting to my style. Interesting.
This feature will be available for subscribers later this year, and you can easily see how this ability to tap into your own information could significantly enhance a wide range of AI interactions.
Okay, so we've seen how these foundational research projects are materializing into tangible features.
Ah,
Now let's really dive into the heart of the I/O announcements.
mm,
The pervasive integration of Gemini across Google's entire ecosystem.
right.
And it sounds like a major driver of this is the significant advancements in the Gemini 2.5 model family itself.
Absolutely. The Gemini 2.5 model family represents a significant leap forward in their AI capabilities. As we mentioned earlier, Gemini 2.5 Pro is now achieving top rankings on several key leaderboards, including WebDev Arena and El Marina, and has been specifically recognized as the leading model for learning, even outperforming based on established learning science principles thanks to the integration of LearnLM.
Or an LM. Okay, so it's better at learning itself.
Effectively, yes. This signifies a real step forward in the model's ability to understand and process information in a way that aligns with how humans learn effectively.
And there was also mention of an intriguing mode called Deep Think. What can you tell us about that?
Ah, DeepThink. It's an experimental, enhanced reasoning mode for Gemini 2.5 Pro. It's specifically designed to tackle incredibly complex problems in fields like advanced mathematics and computer programming.
So really tough problems.
Exactly. Its impressive scores on challenging benchmarks like US Mayo, Live Codebench, and MMMU truly highlight its potential for sophisticated problem solving that goes beyond typical AI capabilities.
Right.
Given the advanced nature of its reasoning, they're currently making it available to select trusted testers through the Gemini API for thorough safety evaluations before any broader release.
That makes perfect sense. You'd want to be extra cautious when pushing the boundaries of AI reasoning like that. What about Gemini 2.5 Flash? That's positioned as the more efficient version, correct? Faster, maybe?
Yes, Gemini 2.5 Flash is engineered for speed and efficiency, and it has also seen substantial improvements. It now demonstrates enhanced reasoning, handles multiple types of data more effectively, that's the multimodality part,
Correct.
shows better understanding of longer pieces of text or long context, and is more proficient at coding, all while using fewer computational resources, around 20–30% less tokens in their evaluations.
So cheaper to run, potentially.
Exactly. It means it's becoming even more cost-effective and faster to operate. It's currently available in preview within Google AI Studio, Vertex AI, and the Gemini app, with general availability anticipated in early June.
So it's faster, more efficient in its resource use, and more capable overall. That sounds like a significant step forward. And it seems both the Pro and Flash versions are gaining some new fundamental abilities.
They are. One key development is in native audio output and advancements in the Live API. This enables more natural and interactive conversational experiences.
More natural conversations.
Right, with the ability to process both audio and visual input and generate natural-sounding audio responses. Developers can even influence the model's tone of voice, accent, and speaking style.
Control the accent. Wow.
Yeah. They're also experimenting with features like proactive video and audio awareness, where the AI can react to what it sees and hears in real time, and effective dialogue that can respond more appropriately to the user's emotional state.
That's moving beyond simply understanding language to understanding the subtle cues of human interaction. Effective dialogue. Interesting.
Exactly. And building on that, they've also introduced native audio dialogue, which are essentially advanced text-to-speech capabilities in both Gemini 2.5 Pro and Flash.
Better text-to-speech.
Much better. This includes support for multiple distinct voices within a single audio output, expressive voices that can even whisper. Yeah, and support for over 24 languages. This powerful capability is becoming available in the Gemini API very soon, like today, they said.
The potential for creating truly engaging and lifelike AI assistants seems to be expanding rapidly. And we also heard about the integration of Project Mariner's computer use capabilities into these core models.
Yes, that's another very significant development. The ability for Gemini models to directly interact with computers, browse the internet, and utilize other software tools is now being integrated into the Gemini API and Vertex AI.
So the AI can use apps like we do.
Essentially, several companies are already exploring how they can leverage this for automation and a variety of other applications, with a wider rollout for developers planned for this summer. This could really unlock new levels of automation and AI-powered workflows.
And with all this increasing power and integration, security becomes even more paramount. What announcements did they make on that front?
Security has definitely been a key focus. They've highlighted enhanced protection against emerging security threats, like indirect prompt injections, which can be a significant vulnerability in sophisticated AI systems.
Right, I've heard about those.
They're stating that the Gemini 2.5 model family incorporates these advancements, making it their most secure model family to date.
That's certainly reassuring to hear as these models become more deeply integrated. And it sounds like they're also focused on streamlining the experience for developers who are building with these models.
Absolutely. They've introduced thought summaries in the Gemini API and Vertex AI. These provide a clearer, more structured insight into the model's reasoning process.
So you can see how it's thinking.
Pretty much, yeah. Which can be incredibly valuable for developers in understanding how the AI is arriving at its conclusions and for debugging their applications.
Makes sense.
They're also extending the concept of thinking budgets, which allows developers to control the amount of computational resources the model uses before generating a response to 2.5 Pro for better cost management.
Control the cost? Good.
And finally, they're adding support for MCP tools in the Gemini API and software development kits, SDKs, making it easier for developers to integrate Gemini with a wider ecosystem of open source tools and libraries.
So a lot of important advancements happening behind the scenes that will ultimately lead to more robust and user-friendly AI applications. Now let's shift our focus to something that directly impacts almost everyone, AI in search.
Right.
It sounds like their ambition is to move beyond simply providing links to information.
That's precisely the direction they're heading. They highlighted the positive impact of AI overviews, noting a significant increase in usage for relevant search queries in major markets, over 10% in both the US and India, for instance.
So people are actually using those AI summaries.
Seems like it. This suggests that users are finding AI overviews helpful in quickly getting the information they need and are using them more frequently.
And for those who are looking for an even more deeply AI-powered search experience, they introduced AI mode, correct?
Yes. AI mode in search is designed as a comprehensive end-to-end AI-driven search experience. It leverages more advanced reasoning and the ability to process different types of information multimodality again, allowing users to ask longer, more complex questions and engage in follow-up conversations to refine their search. It utilizes a technique called query fan-out to explore a wider range of information sources more effectively.
Query fan-out, okay.
This new mode is rolling out in the US starting today, appearing as a new tab within Search and the Google app. And importantly, a custom-tuned version of Gemini 2.5 is being integrated into both AI mode and the existing AI overviews in the US this week.
Sounds like a pretty fundamental evolution in how we interact with search engines.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop there, does it? There was mention of deep search within AI mode.
Deep search takes the query fan-out concept to an even greater level. For those truly complex research questions, it has the ability to initiate hundreds of searches. Yes. Analyze vast amounts of information from diverse sources and generate a well-structured, expert-level report complete with citations in just minutes, potentially saving users many hours of research.
A cited report in minutes.
Could be particularly valuable for academic research or when trying to understand intricate topics quickly.
Wow, that could be a real game changer for in-depth understanding and knowledge acquisition. What about bringing the live camera capabilities we saw in Project Astra into the search experience?
That's being implemented with a feature called Search Live. This directly integrates Project Astra's real-time camera interaction into search.
So searching with your camera.
Essentially, yes. Imagine being able to point your phone's camera at something, say, a complex piece of machinery or a plant you don't recognize, and ask search questions about it in real time, receiving immediate explanations and relevant suggestions overlaid on your view.
That's very cool.
This is coming soon to labs, allowing users to try out this exciting new way to interact with information.
So the way we find information is becoming more visual and immediate, moving beyond just typing keywords. That's a really intuitive shift. And they're also incorporating those AI aging capabilities we discussed earlier into search as well.
Yes, by leveraging the advancements from Project Mariner, AI mode in search will gain agentic capabilities to directly assist users in completing tasks like purchasing event tickets, making restaurant reservations, and scheduling local appointments.
The agent doing bookings in search.
Exactly. They're partnering with major platforms like Ticketmaster, StubHub, Resy, and Vagaro to create a seamless experience where the AI can handle these processes for you.
Finally, an AI that can actually handle some of the more tedious aspects of online booking. What about shopping? I know that's a huge area for online search.
They're introducing a new AI shopping partner within AI mode. This combines the intelligence of Gemini with their extensive shopping graph to assist users with the entire shopping journey. From initial browsing for inspiration to narrowing down specific products based on preferences and needs. A particularly innovative feature is the enhanced virtual try-on, which now allows you to upload a photo of yourself to see how billions of apparel listings might look on you.
Virtual try-on with my photo. That's clever.
Isn't it? They're also integrating an agentic checkout feature with capabilities like price tracking and automated purchasing through Google Pay, which will be rolling out in the US in the coming months. This could really streamline the online shopping experience.
That virtual try-on feature using your own photos sounds incredibly practical for online clothes shopping. And it seems personalization is even extending into the search experience.
Yes, personal context is being integrated into AI mode. Users will have the option to allow search to tailor results based on their past search history and even connect other Google apps like Gmail to provide more relevant suggestions.
Like connecting Gmail to search.
For example, if you're planning a trip and searching for restaurants, search could take into account your past dining reservations from your Gmail. Importantly, users will have granular control over this, able to connect or disconnect apps at any time to manage their privacy.
That level of personalized results could be incredibly helpful, as long as the user maintains control over their data. And lastly, for search, they mentioned the introduction of custom charts and graphs.
Right. For search queries related to sports and finance, AI mode will now have the ability to analyze underlying data and generate custom visualizations like charts and graphs to help users understand the information more effectively.
So, search generating charts on the fly.
Exactly. So if you want to compare the performance statistics of two different sports teams or track the price history of a stock, search will be able to create an interactive visual representation for you.
Wow. Search is truly evolving from a gateway to information to a much more intelligent and proactive tool for understanding the world. Now, let's move on to a more futuristic area. Android XR. It sounds like they're envisioning a future where AI is seamlessly integrated into our headsets and smart glasses.
That's precisely the long-term vision. Android XR is described as the first Android platform specifically built for the Gemini era, designed to power a new generation of extended reality XR devices, like headsets and smart glasses.
Okay.
The core concept is to create a hands-free AI assistant with a shared visual perspective, an assistant that can understand what you're seeing and provide relevant help in a natural and intuitive way.
An AI that sees what I see.
Basically. And we've already had a glimpse of this potential with Samsung's Project Muhan headset. How does Gemini enhance that kind of immersive experience?
Yeah, tell me about that.
With advanced headsets like Project Muhan, which aim to deliver highly immersive experiences on a virtually infinite screen, Gemini's ability to understand the user's visual context can make these experiences more seamless and powerful.
How so?
For example, Gemini could identify objects within the virtual environment and allow the user to interact with them using natural language commands.
But the concept of everyday smart glasses powered by AI seems even more transformative. What did they reveal about Android XR glasses?
They provided a much more detailed look at glasses powered by Android XR at I/O. These glasses are equipped with a camera, microphones, and speakers, and they're designed to work in conjunction with your smartphone to provide access to your apps and information without you needing to constantly take your phone out of your pocket. Some models will also feature an optional in-lens display for private, contextual information presented directly within your field of view.
An in-lens display.
Yeah.
Like Google Glass. but maybe better.
Potentially, yeah. When integrated with Gemini, these glasses can essentially see and hear what you do, understand your current context, remember important information, and offer proactive assistance throughout your day.
So proactive help through glasses.
Exactly. The demonstrations showcase compelling real-world scenarios like sending messages, scheduling appointments, getting turn-by-turn directions overlaid on your vision, capturing photos and videos hands-free, and even providing live, real-time language translation with subtitles appearing directly in your view. Imagine traveling to a foreign country and having real-time translations appear as you look at someone speaking. That's the kind of experience they're aiming for.
Live subtitles for the real world through a pair of glasses. That truly sounds like something out of a science fiction film becoming a tangible reality.
It does, and it highlights the rapid advancements in both AI and wearable technology. They're also paying close attention to the design and aesthetics of these devices.
They have to look good.
Precisely. They announced partnerships with major eyewear brands like Gentle Monster and Warby Parker to create stylish Android XR glasses that people would actually want to wear.
Gentle Monster, Warby Parker. Okay, familiar names.
They're also continuing their collaboration with Samsung to further develop Android XR for glasses, creating a unified software and reference hardware platform for developers to start building applications for later this year.
A platform for developers? Good.
And to ensure they're developing these technologies responsibly and with user privacy in mind, they've initiated feedback gathering from trusted testers.
It sounds like they're taking a considered approach, balancing cutting-edge functionality with practical design and user privacy. Now let's move on to a topic I'm particularly interested in: how Gemini is being applied to enhance learning and education.
Absolutely. As we discussed earlier, LearnLM is now directly integrated into Gemini 2.5, which they assert makes it the leading model for learning.
Right, based on learning science.
Exactly. Specifically designed to align with key principles of how humans learn most effectively. The core idea is that Gemini, enhanced by LearnLM, won't just provide answers, but will also explain the reasoning and the steps involved in arriving at those answers, fostering a deeper and more comprehensive understanding of complex subjects.
So explaining the how, not just the what.
Precisely. And they're applying this enhanced learning capability across various products, starting with NotebookLM, which I know is a valuable tool for many researchers and students.
Yeah, I use NotebookLM sometimes. What's new there?
Well, it allows users to research and learn from their uploaded notes and documents, and it's becoming even more powerful. They've significantly enhanced the audio overviews feature, now in over 80 languages.
80 languages, wow.
And they've introduced greater flexibility in controlling the length of these audio summaries. They also previewed upcoming video overviews, which will have the ability to transform your notebook content into engaging educational videos.
Video summaries of my notes, that's cool.
Could be a really effective way to make complex information more accessible and digestible.
That sounds like a much more engaging way to process dense information.
Yeah.
And of course, LearnLM's capabilities are also being integrated into search.
Definitely. They reiterated how AI mode in search, powered by a custom-tuned version of Gemini 2.5 with integrated LearnLM capabilities, will offer more advanced reasoning and a wider range of information formats, multimodality again, for deeper and more effective web exploration. The upcoming Deep Search and Search Live features will further enrich the learning experience within Search, providing more in-depth analysis and real-time visual assistance.
And the Gemini app itself is evolving into a more potent learning tool, particularly for students.
Yes, they're expanding the availability of the free Gemini upgrade for college students to more countries globally.
Okay, broader access for students.
And a significant new feature is the ability for students, 18 and over, worldwide, to create their own custom practice quizzes on virtually any topic.
Custom quizzes.
Right. These quizzes will also provide helpful hints, detailed explanations for answers, and concise summaries to aid in their learning process. This interactive approach could make studying much more effective and engaging.
Interactive AI-generated quizzes tailored to your needs. That sounds like a significant upgrade from static study materials. What other learning-focused experiments did they unveil?
They introduced Sparkify, a labs experiment that has the intriguing ability to turn your questions into short animated explainer videos.
Animated videos from questions. Huh.
Could be a really fun and visual way to grasp new concepts. They also previewed a Project Astra-powered conversational homework tutor that can provide step-by-step guidance, identify errors in a student's work, and even generate helpful diagrams.
An AI tutor that spots mistakes.
Yeah. Additionally, they're making improvements to learn about, expanding access to more learners, including teenagers, adding a session history feature, and enabling document uploads for more personalized explanations.
It really feels like they're exploring a multitude of innovative ways to make learning more personalized, interactive, and ultimately more effective for a wider range of learners. Now let's shift gears to a completely different but equally fascinating application of AI. AI-powered filmmaking with Flow.
Flow. Yes, an exciting new AI filmmaking tool specifically designed for creative professionals and built to work seamlessly with their advanced generative AI models like VO for video,
Video, right?
Imagen for images, and Gemini for understanding and guiding the creative process. The primary goal is to help filmmakers explore their ideas and create compelling cinematic clips and scenes using the power of AI.
What kinds of features does Flow offer to filmmakers? How does it work?
It includes a range of powerful features. Camera controls that allow for precise manipulation of virtual camera movements and perspectives.
So you can direct the AI camera.
Exactly. Scene Builder, which enables users to intuitively edit and extend generated shots. Asset Management for organizing all the creative elements. And Flow TV, which serves as a public showcase of content generated with VO, often including the original prompts for inspiration.
Flow TV, like a gallery of AI films.
Pretty much. It's essentially the next evolution of their earlier experimental tool, VideoFX.
And who currently has access to this potentially revolutionary filmmaking tool?
It's currently available to subscribers of Google AI Pro and Ultra in the US.
Pro and Ultra subscribers.
Right. The Pro plan offers access to key features and about 100 video generations per month, while the Ultra plan provides higher limits and early access to the more advanced VO3 model with native audio generation capabilities.
VO3 with audio.
They also highlighted collaborations with several talented filmmakers who are already utilizing Flow to create innovative short films, showcasing its creative potential in the hands of artists.
It sounds like AI is becoming a significant tool for artistic expression in this new and evolving medium of AI-generated video. Now, stepping back to look at the bigger picture, what is Google's overarching vision for the future of all this AI development? What's their ultimate aim with this concept of a universal AI assistant?
Well, their long-term vision is to evolve the capabilities of models like Gemini 2.5 Pro to become what they describe as a world model.
A world model, what does that mean?
An AI that is not just capable of understanding and processing information, but also of planning and even imagining by simulating aspects of the real world.
Simulating the world, wow.
They see their progress in training sophisticated AI agents like AlphaGo and Genie 2, as well as the emerging world modeling abilities they're seeing in Gemini, VO, and even their robotics initiatives as crucial steps in this direction. The ultimate goal is to create an AI that can reason about and interact with the world in a much more sophisticated and human-like way.
And the Gemini app is intended to be central to this universal AI assistant vision, right? That's the main interface?
Yes, the aspiration is to transform the Gemini app into that truly universal AI assistant that can help you with a wide range of everyday tasks and provide proactive recommendations.
Okay.
This involves deeply integrating the live video and screen sharing capabilities from Project Astra into Gemini Live, with continuous improvements being made to voice output quality, memory retention, and the ability to control your devices and applications.
Better memory, better control.
Right. They also have plans to bring these advanced capabilities to other platforms like Search, through the Live API for developers, and into new form factors like the Android XR glasses we discussed.
So Gemini everywhere.
Essentially. The agentic capabilities being refined with Project Mariner, now showing the ability to handle multiple complex tasks simultaneously, are also a critical component of this vision. Wider availability planned for Google AI Ultra subscribers, and integration of its computer use features into the Gemini API for broader developer adoption.
It really sounds like they're building towards a future where AI is a seamlessly integrated and proactive partner in our daily lives. Now, before we conclude our deep dive, there was one more significant announcement related to ensuring trust and transparency in AI-generated content. The synthide detector.
Ah, yes, Synthelight. That's a critically important development in addressing the challenges of verifying the authenticity of digital content in the AI age.
Right, telling real from AI generated.
Exactly. Synthedide Detector is a new verification portal specifically designed to identify content, text, audio, images, video that has been generated using Google AI models.
Okay, how does it work?
It works by scanning the media for the imperceptible synthid watermarks that Google is now embedding in content produced by their generative AI models like Gemini, Imagen, Lyria for audio, and Veo for video.
Imperceptible watermarks.
Right. They've already watermarked an impressive scale of content, apparently exceeding 10 billion pieces already.
10 billion, wow.
hmm
So for the average user or content professional, how does this detector actually work in practice? How do I use it?
The process is quite straightforward. You simply upload the content in question to the Synthid Detector portal, and it will analyze the media to detect the presence of the unique Synthid watermark.
Okay, upload and scan.
Yeah. If a watermark is detected, the system can even highlight the specific portions of the content that are most likely to be watermarked, providing a visual indication of the AI-generated
It
elements.
shows you which parts are AI.
Supposedly, yes. Initially, this tool is being rolled out to early testers, journalists, media professionals, researchers can join a wait list,
Okay, limited rollout first.
with broader public availability planned for the future. They're also taking an open approach by open sourcing the Synthide text watermarking technology and collaborating with industry partners like NVIDIA and Get Real Security to expand the use and detection of these watermarks.
That seems like a really vital step in tackling the complex issues surrounding authenticity and provenance in the age of increasingly sophisticated generative AI.
It is indeed. As AI-generated content becomes more widespread, tools like Synthide Detector will play an essential role in fostering transparency and helping individuals and organizations understand the origin of the digital media they encounter and rely upon.
Well, this has been an incredibly comprehensive exploration of the massive wave of announcements coming out of Google I/O 2025. It's abundantly clear that Gemini is rapidly becoming the central intelligence powering so many of their products and platforms.
Definitely.
Making that transition from advanced research into our everyday digital lives.
Absolutely. The overarching theme of from research to reality was unmistakable throughout the entire conference. You saw these long-standing research initiatives now being delivered as practical and powerful tools for both end users and
Yeah,
developers.
really tangible stuff now. And for you, our listener, we sincerely hope this deep dive has provided a clear and insightful understanding of these significant advancements, hopefully giving you easier access to information, new and exciting ways to learn, and innovative tools to further explore your own curiosity.
hmm
So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's a final thought to consider. With all these remarkable AI advancements now moving from the lab into the real world, what are the most exciting possibilities that you envision unlocking for yourself, whether in your personal life or your professional endeavors?
Good question.
We encourage you to explore the announced features and really contemplate the broader implications of a world increasingly shaped by intelligent AI.